Cursed family portrait unveiled. I always thought the old family portrait in our living room was just another relic of my grandmother's eerie taste. But last week, as I passed it heading for the stairs, I noticed something odd. My brother's face was twisted in a silent scream, one I couldn't recall ever seeing before. I shook off the chill creeping up my spine, convinced it was just my imagination. Yet, later that night, when I turned on the light to grab a midnight snack, the portrait had changed again. This time, my mother was missing. Her absence left a void that seemed to swallow the room whole, and I felt a cold hand of dread clutching my heart. The next day, I decided to test my sanity. I set up a camera to face the portrait and hit record. Throughout the day, I felt the air grow heavier, as if the house itself was holding its breath. When I finally reviewed the footage, my stomach churned with nausea. The video showed the portrait morphing, twisting into new, gruesome depictions of my family. My sister was depicted drowning, my father in flames, each horror more vivid and real than the last. I barely managed to sleep, haunted by the fear that these images were more than just figments. Determined to understand what was happening, I reached out to my grandmother. Her voice was a whisper on the other end of the line, heavy with regret. She confessed that the portrait was a cursed heirloom, passed down through generations, each bearer witnessing their own eventual demise. The chilling revelation was that the portrait didn't just predict, it created the fate it displayed. Her silence was cut by a sob, and she warned me to destroy it before it was too late. As I stood before the portrait, gasoline in one hand and a match in the other, I glanced at it one final time. My own face was there, contorted in agony, engulfed in shadows. I knew what I had to do, but as the flames devoured the canvas, a searing pain shot through my body. I stumbled back, and the last thing I saw before everything went dark was my brother's face in the portrait, now smiling, no longer twisted in fear.